Hi everyone, welcome back to the next diecast. In today's video, I'll be doing an unboxing and a quick review of this 1/27 scale 2019 Ford F-150 Limited made by Motormax. I bought this model off of Amazon for just over $13. It was actually from Amazon Warehouse Deals, where they sell items that usually have damaged boxes and items that are returns. In this case, this box had some slight damage on the window part, as you can see a little bit on the top there. This is from the Timeless Legend series. You see it has kind of that gray and orange box that they usually use for these models. Yeah, there is some puncturing in this window here, but the truck itself is just fine. There's no damage to it, which is nice to see. So we get this out of the box. And it is held down on kind of a cardboard base. All right, here it is out of the box. Now we'll go ahead and get the truck unscrewed from the base. Looks awesome in this silver. Just a bit of dust on it, but I'll get that cleaned up later for the review. All right, let's get these screws off. All right, got the screws off. And there's the F-150 off the base. We just got to remove that strap holding shut those front doors. And the mirrors are actually just folded in. They're not broken. I thought they were broken initially when I got the model, but they're actually just folded in a bit too far. All right, got the strap off. All right, there's our F-150. Look at those mirrors unfolded. Kind of weird how far in they were folded. I'll discuss that more when I review the truck in the second half of this video. And of course, with this model, you do have the opening doors. All right, now on to the review. All right, let's take a look at the details of this F-150 Limited by Motormax. I think $13.25 was a pretty good price for this. And again, it was from Amazon Warehouse Deals, so the original price was, I think, closer to $20. But I think for the for the slightly over $13 price tag, this is a pretty decent buy, I would say. So Motormax also makes the 2019 F-150 Lariat, which is pretty similar in terms of overall look and detailing. You just have different wheels, of course, some different paint. The front end's a little bit different, as you would see on the real versions of the trucks, too. And they also made a model of the F-150 Raptor. I'm not sure if it's a 19 model, but it's from this same generation of the F-150. So in case you're interested, they make all of those models, too. This is 1/27th scale as opposed to 1/24th scale. I believe they made that decision so this would actually fit in the 1/24th scale box. You do see that happening with a lot of these trucks that should be 1/24 scale. They're kind of scaled down a bit to fit the box, but not a big deal. And I think for a Motormax model, this actually is a little bit better in terms of detailing than some of the other models that they currently sell, which is nice to see. So we'll get into the details here. We'll start up here at the front. Nice job with these headlights. I would say they are the right accurate, or they are the right overall shape and everything. You have kind of some nice detailing with these lenses here and everything. There's no big gap between the plastic and the metal, which is nice to see. You have that kind of nice three-dimensional Ford badge in the center of the grille here. And then you have Limited kind of embossed on the hood here, which you would see on the real truck. The grille is one single piece, but it looks pretty well done. Of course, you don't have any actual perforations with this, with these slats, but you wouldn't really see that on any, budget model truck anyway, so that's not a big deal. And here's a view of this headlight here, too. Nice looking front bumper as well, separately cast plastic piece, but it's nicely kind of fastened onto the metal portion of the truck, which is nice to see. Paint quality, I would say, is actually very well done for a Motormax. This is a nice kind of metallic silver. It really looks good, I think, on the F-150, and it has kind of like this sparkle like finish to it. And on the side here, same deal. Nice kind of shiny looking paintwork. And you have the F-150 badge, or inscription, I should say, with Limited kind of very tiny underneath that on the fender. They also do, I think, a decent job with these wheels here, a little bit on the cheap side, and the tires are kind of crudely cast, but at least the axles are nice and solid, and like when you roll the truck, you can really tell that it's good overall quality. I think on the wheels, they should have a Ford badge kind of in the center, but they don't really do that on here, unfortunately, but not a big deal, I guess. And again, the truck does roll kind of nice and smooth, which is nice to see. These side mirrors are actually folding mirrors. Now, Motormax used to do this on a lot of their 1/18 scale vehicles, but I never saw this before on their 1/24 to 1/27 scale die-cast cars and trucks. So this is actually a pretty cool little touch. Of course, they do kind of fold too far inward. Like the window would actually be rolled up and the mirror kind of goes into the interior a little bit. So that's a bit strange, but at least the mirrors do fold in general. That's kind of cool that they do that. Nice little bonus there. And then back here, the sides are actually metal, but the lip of the tailgate's actually plastic. This is actually better than you would see on a Maisto model, because on a lot of Maisto's 1/27 scale trucks, the whole back is made of plastic. But on the Motormax F-150 Limited here, just the tailgate's made of plastic. And that's not even a big deal, because it does kind of blend well with like the metal work. And speaking of the tailgate, here's the detail back here. You have a little Ford badge on the bottom there, and you have kind of this limited inscription kind of done in three-dimensional plastic, which is nice to see. And you have a license plate down there too. Decent looking taillights, just kind of pop out a bit too far, but at least the overall shape and everything is accurate. And you have a nice texture in this bed back here, which is nice to see. You only get opening doors. You don't have an opening hood or anything, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's what you get a lot of times on these 1/27 scale vehicles. The doors open up pretty wide, which is nice to see. And overall, okay detailing at best with the door panels. They have kind of a nice texture on them and a fairly accurate shape. There just isn't that much detail aside from that. There should be kind of a speaker down here, maybe a silver door handle or something there, but you don't really see that. But at least the overall shape is accurate, I should say, for the most part. On the interior, decently done, I would say, for a 1/27 scale die-cast vehicle. All the buttons are kind of molded into the center stack there. None of them are colored in, really, but at least you have kind of a nice texture with the dashboard and whatnot. The seats could be a little bit better done. They kind of sit too high up, and they have kind of this weird sort of glossy texture on the sides, but at least the overall shape, I would say, is accurate for the most part. And you have a nice looking back seat in the back there too. It is kind of hard to see in this lighting with the black interior, but the seats do kind of sit up too high, as I just mentioned. But aside from that, they're okay, I should say, at best. And again, not much detailing as far as the center stack and center console goes. There are buttons there, but they're not really colored in. And most of these Motormax die-cast cars are kind of the same. They have all the buttons there. They just don't, really color them in or add too much finer detailing. But not a big deal, I guess. And they do a decent job with the steering wheel. It has a Ford badge kind of molded in there, but it's not really, colored in, I guess. So, yeah, there could be some more detailing on this interior, I would say, for sure. At least they do put in that navigation screen right there. But aside from that, really not too much to speak of. And of course, you would have different interior colors on the F-150 Unlimited, a lot of two-tone and everything. But Motormax usually doesn't go for two-tone colored interiors on their models, unfortunately. You could always add that yourself with some paint if you wanted to like paint the seats or dashboard or something, but I think what they have in here is decent for the most part. Just could use some more fine detailing. So overall, if you can find this truck for a good price, I would say definitely get it. There aren't really too many larger scale die-cast models of modern Ford pickup trucks out there. This is, I think, the biggest one you can get of the 2019 F-150. The rest you would probably find on 1/64th scale or, other small scales like that. So if you're looking for a medium to large scale model of the previous generation Ford F-Series, this is probably like your best bet. And again, I got it for $13.25, which I think was a great price. But if you can find it for anything, I guess, under $20, I would say you're getting a pretty good deal. So as always, hope this video was helpful, and feel free to comment down below with your thoughts on the truck here. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.